Sports are viewed and valued worldwide. According to Humphreys and Howard, the authors of The Business of Sports, since 1990, almost $3 billion has been spent on the construction of newly fully loaded sports venues in the United States and Canada. It is an understatement to say that sports have a big impact in our world today. The stadium, food, and mixed emotions get everyone involved. And who better to make fans feel a part of the game than the athletes themselves? After all, a sporting event could not take place without people to watch. That being said, the athletes who provide the thrill of emotions get more benefit from the game than they probably should. The sports industry is a growing industry in today's society, but in the wrong way when it comes to athlete salary. Sports salaries should have a stopping point before extensive salaries are reached and normal for athletes to have. In order to address the issue, we will look at the highest paid athletes in the world today, ways in which the money is and should be being spent, and other careers that are underpaid compared to athletes. According to the authors of The Business of Sports, Humphreys and Howard, today athletes are multimillionaires, team owners are billionaires, and dozens of television channels show nothing but sports 24/7. Multimillionaires. That is how much athletes are being paid strictly to play the sport they love and entertain their fans. And they aren't the only ones in the industry who are over-extensively paid. Today, with how popular sports are, the broadcast of sports need to have the best stadium, and we all know athletes are needed to play in these stadiums. Therefore, the price to get those athletes to play and to keep them happy in their new home must increase. Now let's look at the highest paid athletes among us today. According to Forbes magazine, Floyd Mayweather is the highest paid athlete in the world today. Coming strictly from his salary and without endorsements, he took in $105 million in this year alone. Other famous athletes among Mayweather who made this 100 highest paid athletes list are LeBron James, Tiger Woods, Kobe Bryant, Peyton Manning, and Derek Jeter. We all know these athletes are great at the sport they participate in, and some are our favorites. What is missing is the fact that all these people listed above started playing for the love of the sport. I'm not saying that the love of the sport is now gone and all, but who wouldn't deny such a high paycheck? I think some athletes focus too much on the money they are taking in rather than playing for the fun of the game. I understand it is an athlete's job to play the sport, but is it really necessary to pay them so much for that fact alone? Since we have taken a look at the prices paid for our athletes, let's see the reasons as to why spending money wrong may be occurring. Consuming a large sum of money may be a big deal for the athletes in the world today. Some smartly use it by saving, donating to charity, or helping friends and their family out. Others turn to wrongdoings because they don't know what else to do. According to web author Patel, some of these athletes have huge sums of money that they don't even know what to do with, so they choose to use it in wrong ways, and that is not acceptable. Ways in which athletes wrongly use their money include buying large amounts of items you only need one of, like cars and houses, purchasing large amounts of alcohol, getting involved with illegal drugs, hiring prostitutes, and hiring someone so that they don't have to lift a finger in their own house. Unfortunately, some athletes do not realize their wrong spending because they feel powerful and like no one can touch them. But where do they get this notion? The fact that athletes are paid so much for entertaining. Their fans love them, they can buy whatever they want, and they know their salary will keep coming as long as they perform. Athlete salaries need to be capped because it gives athletes too much power, and some misuse it. Considering athletes provide entertainment, yet some spend wrongfully, let's glance at people who don't get as much appreciation as they should. Athletes simply entertain and make millions, which means our president, who runs the country, should make billions, correct? Wrong. According to Patel, our president earns a yearly salary of $400,000, and he runs our country. As for doctors, specifically surgeons, they make around $500,000 for saving lives. So why is it that our world is so corrupt when it comes to salaries? We pay so much to people who swing a bat or shoot a basket compared to people who run our country and perform open heart surgeries. Personally, I think it is unjust that our world is like that. Doctors, the president, military people, teachers, and many more careers get overlooked when it comes to salary, even though they play an important role in the world we live in today. After further examination, it can be seen that the salary of athletes need to be dealt with before it gets out of hand. We have discovered the highest paying athletes around the world and found ways in which they wrongfully spend the cash they bring in. But most importantly, people are being overlooked at the price of entertainment. I sure hope that one day the athlete on the court or the field can do open heart surgery because, after all, we pay them that much to do so.